Jagex has now revealed the winner of the player-designed island for sailing, and unfortunately it wasn't my island. Now, to be fair, I didn't exactly submit my island to them. I forgot to. Let me just move this out of the way so I can keep the slay task rolling. So my submission failed to win because of user error. So they've obviously chosen the second best island design here. Wormscrake, which I remember we looked at during the, I want to say, the Winter Summit. I just can't remember what it was about, so let's have a look. They had 3 different islands. This one got the most votes. I didn't realize we were voting on them. So across everywhere we can reasonably interpret the results, Wormscrake has emerged as the clear frontrunner. Alright, which means, what exactly? It had the highest number of first choice votes, the strongest combined first and second choice support, the highest overall, I mean that's kind of implied, the highest overall average score when considering all rankings, which is implied again, and the fewest last choice votes, meaning it was the least disliked option out of all 4, which is crazy work. A landslide majority, that sounds like. It's not a PK island, I don't think. While other islands perform well, Wormscrake consistently ranked highly across the board. This tells us that not only did the most players want this idea refined above all others, but also a large portion of the community will be happy to see it developed further. Cool. So, I don't care about that. Let's have a look at the island. What have we got? And where is it going to go? Which beach are we going to be putting this island at? Grab some of these agencies real quick. So it's known by the locals as Kul and Domaina. Okay, so it's somewhere in Asia. Found deep in the unquiet ocean. Oh, that's near the turtle place, right? Its name is rarely spoken. It's rugged, heights, ill-trod, and wildlife aggressive and unpredictable. A fine destination for an intrepid adventurer. All right, very good. Let's have a look. Just be known that the guy that made this hasn't even done the flag time for the swamp barracuda trial. Okay, because he'd be using his own boat here. I'm just going to assume. So we can assume that he's a sailing noob. Just want to throw that out there real quick. Yeah, someone that's shit at sailing designed a better island than you did. So the overview. In Wormscrake, you'll find the Fallen from Grace quest, Golem crafting activity, goat hunting activity, and the mini-boss, the Mad Angel. That's right. I remember the Mad Angel. So let's have a look. Fallen from Grace. 75 sailing, 60 crafting, 50 rune. Fuck me dead. 50 mining. A master but short quest. They want to do a master quest. I thought it was well beyond that. Okay. I thought it had to be like a short, easy quest, but sure. Okay, you stumble upon the village in morning, yet the mood is hardly angry or resentful, but rather resigned. I don't know what that means. The Mad Angel has protected the inhabitants of Wormscrake for generations, but her watch exacts a toll, the cost screaming to change on a whim. So you got to talk to Keenan. He's the cost. Muriel's son. Okay. Very good. You get a new Slay Master, which is awesome. I don't care about the lore. Let's have a look at the activities. So we've got Golem's crafting, which is basically your fletching minigame, but for crafting, right? Making little golems, which is cool. So you got to mine sunstone. Can be mined actively. Sunstone rocks or passively. Sunstone monoliths. Sculpt the golem with a chisel and hammer and insert the sunstone. And then cloth the golem with furs from Hunter or bonus to crafting XP. Golem crafting primarily offers crafting experience as an alternative to glassblowing, while simultaneously giving value to Hunter furs and a bit of bonus runecraft and mining XP. Right, this makes so much sense now. Why someone earlier said they were investing in Kiat, 500 million to Kiat fur in case of this. Okay. Alright, competitive crafting XP, especially at high levels, furs and are used to complete the golems with minor runecrafting and mining XP. Okay. Rare drop provides teleports to Wormscrake. Common drop used to charge the basalt amulet and attune player and house portals or the portal nexus to Wormscrake. Rare drop used on the chisel or glassbone pipe to create a wieldable version. Alright. Anything to be better than blowing glass? Yeah, blowing glass sucks ass. Okay, very cool. Goat hunting. South of the village, Orkney lies a hill rich in autumnal hues. Infested with goats who require a lot of guili, whatever that means, and a little nudge to catch. So we've got sheep herder requirement, and it's Mr. McGroot. All right. Rewards, moderate hunter XP, always dropped, is goat hide. Can be used to make mixed hide coif. No monkey fucking designed this island? This is No Monkey Island? A mixed hide coif? Comparable to blessed coifs minus spray bonus. Oh, finished our slide task, huge. I don't know how to get out of here. I'll figure that out later. Alright, red drop. Oh no, mountain goat horn, uncommon, herbal secondary, of course. Red drop. Combined with the magic butterfly net, we have 75 craft and create a willy butterfly net, which doubles its catch rate. Oh, that's kind of cool. Is that working implings? A red drop is called the young goat horn, used to transmogrify your baby chinchompa pet into a baby goat, called Mr. McGroot. Cool. I don't mind a transmog. Sheep herding is not fondly looked upon, but a cleaner implementation with less travel distance, generous creature pathing, and an additional magical yoink ideally makes goat hunting more of a dynamic, graceful dance rather than acting as a tourist guide to deliriously staggering mutton. Sure, cool. And then we've got the mini-boss, the Mad Angel. After completing the quest, you'll be able to revisit a harder version of the Mad Angel. Features a couple of basic mechanics. One, echoing Soul Heritage, the Mad Angel uses well choreographed melee attacks, perfectly timing a protection prayer to the tick. Her attack slam will reduce its damage to 0 and removes your next attack delay, allowing you to make an immediate strike. And the Mad Angel will frequently display a point of weakness from one angle. Attacks from that angle grants a guaranteed max hit. Alright, I like that. What do we got? Rewards is the Iceni Blood. Just new potions. I think they said they didn't want to look at potions, didn't they? A weaker imbued heart, that's not happening. I know for a fact they're not introducing a potion that is a weaker imbued heart. I can put money on that, unfortunately, because you have Forgotten Brews already. And you don't want to create a rift where the need for the imbued heart is going to stagger. Like, that'll fuck it, dude. The imbued heart cope is rough. I fucking hate how rare the imbued heart is, but leave it there, otherwise it's going to lose value. It's fine. Then we got rare drop, which is the blade, a two-handed sword that requires 70 attack to wield, 3 unique attack styles. Cut is a fast attack speed with low accuracy. Medium is attack speed, medium attack speed with high accuracy. And then very slow attack speed, increased damage if your hit leaves the target below 10 HP, another 10 damage is immediately dealt, and your next attack delay is reduced. Which is kind of dirty, so it's a good little finisher. Go to the murder stroke attack style at the end. Kind of cool. Boss and drops need some work, not a fan. I'm sure it'll get refined. Obviously Jagex is going to take it and do their own thing. They definitely won't go with this, and they already said they don't want to do the potions, which I think is here. They're not going to do these potions, but fair enough. Miscellaneous Worms Crag Caverns. Access to is granted during the Fallen from Grace. Contains several Slayer monsters, including worms, lava, strike worms, trolls, and krakens. I don't think you're getting that, dude. That's a lot. I don't know. Get rid of the worms. There's no point having worms and lava strike worms together. No one will ever do the worms. Fuck that. Here you'll find Mortimer, a Slayer Master who lets you choose your next Slayer task for a hefty cost of Slayer points. For example, choose him to slay Tazar for Duradel as your next assignment. Yeah, that's a bit of cope. Bit of leagues cope there. It's hard, hey, because I'm not fully against that idea, but it's such a leagues. It's for people who don't want to fucking do Slayer, right? It costs Slayer points. Yeah, it costs Slayer points to choose your next task. I'd rather roll the fucking dice, you know, with the block list. So I don't know about that shit, man. I don't know about that. I feel like tutorial skipping is too valuable at least anyway now. 500 Slayer points to choose, then you wouldn't do it, right? But if it was like 150, it would be too easy. Good for revs? Yeah, it would be good for revs. That's really the only time you'd use it. That or maybe Frost Dragons. That's it. Anyone else getting messages saying it's a subscriber in the chat? Yeah, it's YouTube's been a bit cringe at the moment. I do apologize. If you use the Kick chat, it should be totally fine over there if you have a Kick account. Kick.com/KingCondor, by the way. 2 potions, which I think Jagex said no to, but they want Quam and Downy Frigate Bird Feathers, which increases the frequency of gusts of wind for sailing, except within trials. Yeah, okay. And then the Potion of Flight, which is a Catatan and Mountain Goat Horn. 1 use teleport to your respawn location, usable above 30 wilderness, if not in combat. Similar to home teleport, it takes some time to cast and is interruptible. This is someone who doesn't spend a lot of time in the wilderness. Typically, it's almost always faster to just run to level 30 and use an instant teleport anyway, so don't see that potion really making it and getting a lot of love, but fair enough. First of all, the map looks great, and the picture's really solid, really sold their vision. We like the boss, concept and the mechanics, plus the skilling activities are very unique and, well, I don't know about unique, but like, goat hunting is just fucking normal hunting, right? Like you would with the cats or those deers, and the golem crafting is just that totem minigame. That doesn't mean they're bad, but I don't know if unique is the right word. Slot nice into overall theme, I think that's fine. If this idea were to move forward, we would need to adjust some of the rewards, of course. At this stage, we don't want to add more potions than we already have in the game. The potion effects could be introduced, but in other ways. We also think getting cloth from the golems could lead to player frustration, so that would be something we'd look to change. Lastly, the ability to buy tasks from Slaymaster would not be something that we would feel comfortable adding to the game. So this would be changed if successful. Cool. Just running out of potion colors. Yeah, they are. Literally, it's all the fucking same now. You're going to start bringing the wrong potions. When you're trying to bring a range pot, you bring a fucking potion that lets you increase your gust in the wind on your fucking boat. Seat pod doesn't go past level 30. No, you can't teleport past level 30. If you want to teleport out of the wilderness, if you've got a wildy clue on you, you just suicide. Take 2 items with you. Take a spade, a clue, and a whip. 3 items. Suicide, you don't lose anything. You're out of the wilderness. Combat, boat combat. On the topic of winter... Oh, this is in here. Okay. Okay. Oh, so that's the island done. Looking forward to it. Where do we dock? We dock up the top. And then you got to run. Okay. Yeah. All right. Fuck. All right. Maybe a second dock that you can unlock like here after the quest or something, so we don't have to, you know, run fucking the entire island. You know, take 2 trains and a bus just to get to that dungeon. That'd be good. But I guess it depends where the teleport puts you to, hey? Dock location kind of stinks. Otherwise, the island is totally fine. And I mean, I'm not an expert. Next would be the same colors as Master Mixology, yeah. Would be great out of the wildy above level 30, just a little less gay. I think level 30 wilderness teleporting is fine. Like, you can get to level 30 very quickly. Or if you clue scroll and just take a whip, spade, clue scroll, and suicide. Once you unlock the tele, might be better than that. Yeah, I'd imagine so. The topic of Winter Summit poll, there was a question about updates to the cannonballs that didn't meet the 70% threshold for being released in the game. You mean something failed the polls? Excuse me? Our goal behind offering this change was to reduce some of the resourcing issues with cannonballs. As we explained in the blog, we believe that doing so would allow us to create a better economy in the long term for cannonballs, as they have relatively high demand. From looking into the feedback on the topic, it's clear that the opinions are mixed and many of you don't feel this change is necessary. We imagine there's many reasons this might be. You might already have invested your money into cannonballs and prefer having the option to use them for both, or you might just feel strongly that separating them could make sailing feel less integrated with the wider game. Regardless of the reasoning, we hear you and we won't be pushing ahead without your approval. However, we're keen to ensure that alongside our fixes to boat combat, we try our best to fix the resourcing problem. As mentioned in the blog post, we're still committed to increasing the number of cannonballs that drop from various sources with sailing, such as from drop tables and from cannonball stall thieving. That's cool. On top of that, we also ensure that cannonball shots restock faster, which should help with acquisition. Do you remember the ammo saving facility idea that we mentioned? Not wanting to proceed with our last blog. Considering that the poll question around separating cannonballs failed, we decided to design it and see whether you prefer that idea instead. Introducing the ballistic attractor, a new facility that you can build on your boat, which has a 60% chance of saving cannonballs when fired directly from your boat. The schematics for this facility will be given to Ava after completing the Animal Magnetism quest. That's cool. All right. Hand cannon confirmed. What's that got to do with the hand cannon? I think it confirms the idea that we'll get ballistas on the boats in the future. You could build one of these on the sloop on skiff, but not the raft. To build it, require 10 mahogany planks, 5,000 water runes, 1,000 law runes, 5 lead bars, 5 steel bars. Perfect. Please note, ballistic attractor would not be an extra slot added onto the existing boats. Rather, it's a new facility that would replace an existing facility if your slots are already full. Unfortunately, adding a new facility spot in addition to the current slots available is currently outside the scope of this project because we have a limited amount of space. I mean, it could just be a backpack on the back of the boat, but sure. I think that's fine on the combat boat. Yeah, I'd vote for that, for sure. I like that. 60% cannibal saving. And you know for a fact there is room to up that 60% in the future through bosses and raid rewards. 60% is a big margin for them to play with, so why not? I don't see a downside to that. Sure. Easy. Looking forward to a further pitch. What do you guys think about the island? Poll is live if you want to vote. Alright, I'll vote. Fine. Vote now. What do we got here? Let's fucking vote. Alright. Should we add it? Yes. Submit. There we go. We voted. Awesome. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy. It's huge. You got a big boy.